My girlfriend realized I was proposing and left me without any explanation. Now she's losing her mind when she finds out I am dating someone new. Plus all updates. Our relationship was very strong, and we were madly in love. All of our friends always used to say that we were a perfect couple. Our communication was strong, and we had everything planned for our lives. I told her I wouldn't marry her before I got a job that paid well enough to build our family, and she agreed. 2 months ago, I got a very good job, and we started planning our lives together. We planned to get married in the next year or two, buy a house, and then have kids when we had more financial stability. She also started dropping hints that I should propose. I planned to propose, so I started researching for rings, proposal venues, etc. This is when I contacted Leah and asked her to meet me and keep it a secret. I told her my plans, and she confirmed that Elise would love this. She gave me some suggestions, which I loved. Leah also included David, as they were best friends since childhood and knew each other well. They also helped me pick the ring. The plan was to rent a cabin surrounded by nature and wilderness, as Elise liked. I rented the cabin, and on Friday, I took the day off without telling my girlfriend and met up with Leah, David and one of my friends to set up everything. I instructed my friend about how I wanted everything to be set up as he was supposed to go there the next day before us and set up everything. I went back home after that and ordered Elise's favorite takeout. We talked about her day and then went to bed. A week ago, Leah invited Elise to brunch on Saturday, proposal day, at a fancy new place. She emphasized that the place was fancy so Elise wouldn't get suspicious of Leah asking her to wear a nice dress. Leah and David came to our apartment on Saturday morning to pick up Elise. As soon as they left, I called a friend who was waiting just around the corner and left quickly. Then I called my other friend, who was supposed to be at the cabin, and asked him how everything was going. He assured me that everything was set up exactly how I wanted it. I had also asked David to share their location and to drive slowly or take a longer route so that I could get there 10 to 15 minutes before them. I realized David hadn't shared the location, but it was fine. We got there, and I just ran in to change into a suit. Then, I went to the exact position and checked the camera angles. Everything was perfect. Then I waited for my girlfriend and her friends to arrive. The drive is 30 to 40 minutes from our apartment. They should have been there. I thought they went slightly overboard with stalling. I waited there for another 20 minutes. It had already been over an hour since they left the apartment, and I was getting worried, so I asked one of my friends to call David and sneakily ask how long it would take them. They called him 2 to 3 times, but no answer. Then they called Leah 2 to 3 times. No answer. I assumed the worst. I called David and Leah as well. Still no answer. Finally, I decided to call Elise. First call, she didn't answer. My heart was racing at this point. As soon as I called her again, Leah answered instead. I panicked and asked her if everything was all right and why nobody answered the phone. She went silent for 2 seconds and then started yelling at me. She told me never to call Elise ever again and that I was dead to her. That I was a horrible human being for doing that to her. She doesn't want to see my face or talk to me again. I was confused, but she hung up before I could say anything. I was so confused and started crying, and my friends had to console me. Soon after that, I got a text from Leah that she'll be coming over later with David to get Elise's stuff and that Elise doesn't even want to step into the apartment, even if I'm not there. I immediately called her parents to ask what was going on. They knew about the proposal, and we were supposed to go to their home for lunch after the proposal. They had no clue what was happening and told me they'd call her and ask. I got a call from them 10 minutes later saying that they called Elise, and she told them that she couldn't talk right now and would call them later. They were also confused about all this. I was devastated, and I didn't know what to do. My friends took me back to my apartment, and we hung out. David and Leah came over in the evening to take Elise's stuff. My friends and I tried to talk to them, but they said nothing. They just asked me where Elise's stuff was, took some of it, and said they'd be back for the rest. They also reiterated that if I tried contacting Elise again, I'd be reported for harassment. At that moment, I just wanted to cry because just the thought of me harassing my girlfriend was overwhelming. After they left, my friends told me that they thought I shouldn't be alone right now, and they were staying the night and wouldn't take no for an answer. We stayed up and talked till 4 a.m., and everyone went to bed. I couldn't sleep, and I'd just been thinking about every potential reason for Elise's behavior, but I had no answers. The only scenario I can think of is that Elise was cheating on me, and somehow, she realized I was going to propose, and she freaked out and told her friends that she couldn't do this because I cheated on her. This still doesn't make sense, but it's the closest thing to an explanation I have right now. I know it's a horrible thing to think about. Today was supposed to be the first day of our engaged life together. Hopefully, I'll be able to get some answers from her parents if they talk to her. Update, I decided to respect Elise's wishes and give her space. I didn't try to contact her again, and I focused on healing and moving forward with my life. My friends and family have been incredibly supportive during this time, and I've started seeing a therapist to help process everything. Over the next year, I gradually began to rebuild my life. With the support of my friends, family, and therapist, I found the strength to move on. About 10 months after the breakup, I met someone new, a wonderful woman named Emma. We connected on a deep level, and our relationship quickly grew strong. Emma has been a source of immense joy and support, and I felt genuinely happy again. About a year after the breakup, word got back to Elise that I was in a new relationship. This news hit her hard. She contacted mutual friends and even tried contacting me directly, expressing regret and confusion about her past decisions. Elise seemed to struggle to realize that I had moved on and found happiness with someone else. Her behavior became increasingly erratic. She appeared unannounced at my apartment a few times, demanding to talk. Despite her pleas and apologies, I stood firm in my decision to move forward with my life. I kindly but firmly told her it was too late to reconcile and that I was happy with Emma. The situation escalated dramatically. Elise began sending Emma messages, trying to undermine our relationship, and even showed up at Emma's workplace, causing a scene. At one point, Elise broke into my apartment while I was at work, leaving notes and mementos from our past relationship everywhere. This was the final straw, and I got a restraining order against her. Things took an even crazier turn when Elise hacked into my social media accounts, posting false and defamatory statements about me. She claimed I had cheated on her and painted herself as the victim. It took me weeks to regain control of my accounts and clear my name. Emma and I decided to take a short vacation to escape the drama and recharge. While we were away, I received frantic messages from friends saying Elise had been seen near our apartment, acting hysterical and threatening to harm herself. We rushed back and contacted the authorities, who found her distressed. Elise was taken to a hospital for a psychological evaluation. It was a heartbreaking and terrifying ordeal. Ultimately, Elise's actions made it clear that breaking up was the right decision. I've continued to focus on building a future with Emma, and we're now planning our lives together.